video, we're going to learn how we can change our clothes in a really fast way. With some simple motions, you can change your outfit pretty quickly from outfit A to outfit B. You can easily do this effect in Filmora 11, and in this video, we're going to see exactly how you can get it done. But first, let's get started with the filming. So the first thing we're going to need is a tripod. Without a tripod, we're going to get a shaky footage and therefore the effect won't work out. So make sure you have a steady tripod that can withstand the weight of your camera and it does not shake throughout the entire process. So I'm just going to adjust my camera height so that I can get my full height and there's enough space between my head and the top of the frame. So make sure it's tall enough and then just place it right in front of you. Because this effect has to do with clothes, I'm standing in front of a cupboard so I can put my outfit A and outfit B inside the cupboard, and it looks like I'm actually choosing and changing my clothes. So in total we have 3 clothing, the original, clothing A, and clothing B. Right now we need to make sure that the tripod is in the right place and choose your position. I'm going to be standing on my side, so the tripod needs to be exactly on my right. You also want to choose a spot throughout this whole process. Just place your feet somewhere on the floor and do not move it throughout the entire filming process. So I placed the camera right on my side, and then in front of me I have the cupboard, which I will be grabbing the clothing from. Now I'm going to open the cupboard and put my clothing somewhere where it's really easy to grab. I don't want to be searching for it or drop something halfway. So just take them and put them separately because you're going to be grabbing them one by one. Once you have placed your clothing, you can go ahead and close this door. And we're going to pretend like we're walking into this dressing room. Open the cupboard door. Right here, you need to choose the permanent foot location. Open it up and maybe admire the clothing that you have. So we're going to grab clothing A, admire it, and then we're going to open it up like this so you can grab the top corners of each one and then just throw it onto yourself while leaning back. And then it cuts here. Once you cut your video, you can go ahead and wear this clothing. Let's pretend this is this. I'm going to put this back. Once I have my new clothing, I'm also going to start the video by leaning back. So we're not starting like this, we're starting like this. So it's like I leaned back and then I got that new clothing. So this was clothing A, and now we're going to change our clothes again. We're going to grab outfit B, and then we're going to throw it onto ourselves in an open position. Once you grab it, change into this clothing, and then once you've changed, we're going to start with leaning back. And then this was the last clothing, so we can maybe close the cupboard and walk away. So I went ahead and imported all 3 videos into my Wondershare Filmora project. And now before we start, let's just take a look at the 3 separate videos. So this is video A. I'm going to walk up to the closet, open the door, take a look at the options that I have, and then grab outfit A, admire it, and then I'm just going to open it up and throw it onto myself while leaning back. This was video 1. This is the second video where I wore that outfit A, leaned back, and then admired it. And now we're going to go for the other outfit by grabbing it right there. Again, taking a look at what it looks like before trying it on. Throw it on, and I'm also leaning back. In the third video, I have the outfit B. I'm going to lean back, then admire the clothing, close the cupboard door, and then just move out of frame. So all 3 of your videos should be similar. Again, all of these were shot in one spot, meaning that I did not move my feet even when I was changing my clothes. So you want to change your outfit exactly on those points and not move around at all. Once you have your 3 videos, just import them, and now we can get started. Drag on video 2 first onto your timeline. Let's zoom out by pressing this right here. Then drag video 1 right above. If your videos have audios, you can just select them like this. Hold down Ctrl, Shift, and M to make them all mute. And now we're just going to drag video 2 right over here. So when video 1 finishes, video 2 starts. Right over here, let's zoom in. And we're basically looking for that one frame in the first video where we're leaning back, and then we're going to match that same frame with the video 2. So let's comb through and see where in video 1 I'm leaning back. So right over here, I'm fully leaning back. This is the part where video 2 needs to start. Let's go ahead and trim all of this video so that you only have this. You can hit M on the video so you create a marker. And then I'm going to double click on this, go to animation, and we're just going to go to customize and lower the opacity. Place the second video underneath. Again, seeing where we're leaning back. Right over here, hit M to mark that spot. Get rid of the excess. And just match it up with the marker that's there. So right here, we can see that I am in a similar position. It's okay if it's not perfect because we're going to speed this up. It's not going to be that visible. So once we have this, we can double click. We're just going to grab this keyframe and delete it. Make a keyframe for opacity 100% and then move forward 2 frames and completely remove the opacity. So right over here, it's going to be full opacity and it's just going to switch into this. Now that we have this, we can move on with the third video. Let's create a new video track and move these guys up 1 floor and bring video 3 right underneath video 2. Again, we're going to see where we're leaning back, and then we're just going to hit M on that video. Again, Control-Shift-M to mute your clip if it has audio. Double click, lower the opacity, and we're just going to take a look at the second video. And now just match up these 2 markers. Now grab the keyframe, let's double click, delete that keyframe. The first keyframe, opacity 100. Second one, we're going to go 2 frames forward, and we're going to just bring it down to 0. You can get rid of the excess right here. Let's zoom back in, and now this is going to go from this first video into the second video. I'm going to move the keyframe forward, so the space between the 2 keyframes is 7 frames, which you can create by using the right arrow key. The rest doesn't matter because the opacity is 0. Now let's go ahead and export this video. Export the video and then import it back in. We're just going to delete the things that are in the timeline and now bring in the base video. And just comb through to find the part where we're throwing on the shirt. Right around here. We're going to go to the speed ramping option right here. Customize. And just realign the keyframes that are already there. So grab this one and just move it at 1 speed, again where we're about to throw on the shirt. Right over here you can see the blurring, the motion blur. Grab the second keyframe and just bring it in really close. The third one, we want it to be where we're done throwing on the shirt. So right when we stopped leaning back. Just make sure that all 3 are at 1 times, and then bring the middle one above by, let's say, this much. We're just making it fast when that shirt throwing is happening. Let's take a look. Use the playhead right here to go again to where we're about to throw the shirt. Look for the motion blur right here, and then make a keyframe. And then we're just gonna go for the middle right here, and the third one will be where we stopped leaning back, so right around here. Again, looking for that motion blur. Add your third keyframe and then bring it up as much as the first one, 4.8. Let's go up by 4.8 times, and now we're ready to go.
And that's how easy it is to create this magical effect. You can go ahead and add more clothing or less clothing, adjust it to the way you want, but the technique is always the same. Now let's work together and create the same style.